What is up, guys? Hello and welcome. So today we are going to be continuing talking about the SD card routes, and today we are going to be covering cardboard. Now, if you do not know about the SD card routes, I have a video about them. I will leave it in the card as well as in the description. Sort of just goes over the basics of SD cards, what they are, how to get them. So to get started, the first thing you're going to need to do is get some water. Now there are multiple ways of doing this, and I have basically put them all on my channel at one point or another. You can do the Liberty City route, you can do the SD card route, which is cleaning petrochemical wastewater, or you can do it the original way, which is getting water and acid and then treating the water at the water treatment plant. But I'm going to be doing the Liberty City method just because it's right next to where we're going to be getting some sawdust later. So in order to do the Liberty City trucker, I have had a video on this before, so I'm not going to go super in depth. But first thing you need to do is become a Liberty City trucker, which I don't know why it won't let me go past here, but go to this job marker right here, and you'll have the ability to change to a Liberty City trucker, or if you have it, you can use a trucker's PDA to switch over to being a Liberty City trucker as well. So first thing, just come over here to the auto yard and pick up some car parts or auto parts. Okay, and once you have your auto parts, you're going to come over here to the Staunton military facility and get some military goods. Okay, so once you have the military goods, you're going to come over here to the Cochrane Dam, and I need to actually pull back out and back in, and you're going to get your export goods. Okay, so the final step is to come over to the docks. Let me pull out of here. Come over here to the docks, Portland docks, and you're going to export the goods and get Liberty City tokens or LC tokens. That is what you are looking for. And I'm going to go ahead and mention that I will leave a link in the description as well as in the card to both this method and the other SD card route method. Oh, that was glitchy. So then the final step is to come to the LSFD, the Liberty City Fire Department, and you're going to turn tokens to treated water. Now, normally if you're doing this, you would probably want to get quite a few more loads of water and put them into the Portland Docks train yard. That would be the best way to do it if you are using this method. So once you have your water, you're going to have to store it somewhere. If you are doing multiple loads of water, I would recommend that you actually get this shipyard right here, the Portland shipyard. This gives you train yard storage here in Liberty City, so that way you don't have to go back and forth across the ferry every time you want to store water. Now, another train yard that I suggest that you own for this one is this one right here, the Paleto Bay train yard. This will give you access to it whenever we do the next step, which is getting sawdust from the sawmill right here. It's a short drive there. And then lastly, the final, not the final train yard, the final necessary train yard is the LS docks down here. This gives you access to this so that we can bring it right over here to the factory whenever time comes. Now, some optional train yards would, some of the optional train yards, I don't know why it keeps doing that, would be this one right here, the Grapeseed train yard, just because we're going to be selling it right over here at McKenzie Airfield. So you can either use this or you can actually drive it from up here in Paleto Bay. It's not a super far drive, so this one is not necessary to get, but it would just make your drive a little bit shorter than having to come from all the way up here. Why is there so much traffic? Wow, okay. Rest in peace whoever just died. And that dude. Before you start this next part, which is the Sawdust, you will need to switch over to being a commercial trucker. Now, or well, if you were doing the Liberty City route, or actually really the Petrochem route either, you will need to switch back over to being a normal commercial trucker. Now, how you do that is either by going to a normal job center. You can go to the Truckers HQ. I wouldn't really recommend it just because it's a little out of the way. Or if you have a Truckers PDA, you can always switch that way, Truckers PDA, commercial trucker, and you can get back to commercial trucking that way. Now, the first step is going to be to collect logs. So you can pick whatever logging camp you want. You will start with this one right here, then you will unlock this one, then this one, then this one. As you level up, it will basically get to a closer spot to the sawmill, which is where we're going to actually grind the logs down into sawdust. So at the sawmill, you're just going to pull into this area right here and grind sawdust. Once you have grinded your sawdust, this would be the point where you would drive it over to this train yard storage right here and store it here. And then the next step is to drive all the way down here to the LS factory or to this storage right here to take your stuff out. Okay, so whenever you get down here, you're going to need to take out the water and sawdust. Now, I don't know the ratio for this, but I can tell you how much of each you need, and you can sort of test it out and see. So you will need 1 treated water for every 50 sawdust. So it'll be a 50-to-1 ratio sawdust to treated water. Just do some testing. You can probably figure out kind of quickly what your ratios are going to be for a Mark 14 or whatever trailer you are using. Once you have both of your items, you're going to pull into here, into the LS factory, and you're going to craft cardboard. Once you have made your cardboard, you can actually put it back into this same train yard storage right here, the LS docks, and that will give you access to it back up close to where we're going to be selling it. So the final step of the cardboard is to actually sell it. Now, if you bought this storage right here, the Grapeseed train yard, you can actually just bring it from this storage right here, right over here to McKinsey Airfield, or McKinsey Export. But if you did not, then you can actually just drive it from this one right here. As I was saying earlier, it's really not a super long drive between the two. So either way will work. If you have the extra money, you can buy that one and get 1 more extra point that you can use for picking stuff out of train yard storage. So once you are here, you're just going to drive right into here and export cardboard ×5, and you will actually get 300K for every cardboard that you have. And there you go. That is the entire route. If you have any questions about this route or any other Transport Tycoon related thing, or if you have any topics that you want me to cover in future videos, you can leave those down in the comments and I will answer them or cover them in a future video. And yeah, I think that's going to be all. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.